And what is up, guys? Technicals here. I don't like doing talking head videos where it's just me talking to a camera. I believe that most people don't find them interesting and won't stay and watch. But I'm here to talk about ALEO. ALEO went mainnet yesterday. Put out a video that I was switching my salad rigs over to ALEO, doing a little bit more research into the project and sort of getting feedback through Twitter and YouTube comments on the general sort of feel for this project and what people really think about it. Now, let's make an agreement here. So if you're new to the channel or unfamiliar, I don't really care about cryptocurrency. I think it's sold out. I think the principles are absolutely gone. And it is merely, to me, 100% a method, a vehicle for obtaining profits. I can't pay my mortgage or hookers in Polkadot, so I want dollars. I want money that I can actually spend. And so I know a lot of people disagree with that. They drink the Kool-Aid, and that's fine. You know, go right ahead. But that's where I'm coming from. Additionally, I don't research these projects very deeply, look into the fundamentals or the technology or anything like that. I am more so, I'm 99% on the hype and the news, and because I believe personally, that's what drives most things these days. Whether in traditional finance, stocks and securities, or in crypto, it seems to be a more of a mass psychology question than it is a fundamentals question. Now, again, if you don't agree with that, and you don't think it should work that way, well, it does work that way. You can look at the world through rosy-colored glasses, but I try to maintain realism here as much as I possibly can. This is not financial advice, and I'm not sure that you would want to take financial advice from somebody like me. But the general sentiment seems to be that ALEO is scammy, is scummy, is untrustworthy, shady, fishy, sus, Chinese. Generally just a bad actor, a bad hombre, if you will, in the space. Which is exactly why I'm buying it. I'm the Technicals, let's get into it. Again, you can disagree with this opinion. This is just the way I'm looking at it from I classify myself as a normie more than I do a crypto person. And you know, because I do normal things. Take, for example, here, this is my good friend Bob. Bob's a normal guy. He likes a six-pack on the weekend. He likes to watch the game. He's just a normal, everyday guy. He's been working in accounts receivable down at the widget factory for the past 30 years. Now, Bob's getting a little up there in years, and he's starting to worry a little bit about his retirement. He's got a 401k. He's got some outside investments, but he wants to play around a little bit. He's looking for sort of that Hail Mary sort of experience. That one, thing that back in the day was just sort of that stock that your barber told you about, or your best friend's brother-in-law's cousin's girlfriend's niece told you about because she works there or worked there for a week and she knows that this company is about to release some new widget that's going to make them $1 billion. And so he wants to put his money, he wants to slide those chips onto that company or project and make a little extra scratch. Maybe you won't become a billionaire from it, but hey, it's enough to put in a new pool next summer. Have you seen how much pools cost now? 200 grand for a pool. Can I sell my pool? Anyway, Bob doesn't have the time to be extremely online, on Twitter, on YouTube, researching crypto projects. He's too busy leading a normal life like a real person. He goes to work, takes care of his family, cuts his grass, does whatever a normal person does. I'm not that guy. Bob is. Bob. So when Bob plays around in the cryptocurrency space looking for that Hail Mary pass, he doesn't really have a lot of time to research into these projects. And does Bob really give a shit if the company is of good moral standing, if they're shady, he doesn't want to lose his money, but does he really care about the fundamentals, the technology, and that? No, they don't. Normies don't care about that. They want the Hail Mary pass. This is evident based on the total volumes traded in meme coins, because meme coins absolutely and unapologetically don't do anything. They are purely a speculative instrument. They are as close as possible as you can get to gambling without actually being gambling or regulated as gambling. And that's where a lot of normies play around, because that's where those Hail Mary passes are, where people can put in $1 and walk away with $1 million. So how does this tie into ALEO? Well, Bob the normie here is on Coinbase, as most normies are. They're on these big fiat, highly regulated KYC'd exchanges that are US based because they're safe and happy. ALEO is now listed there. ALEO has been in development for like a year, almost 2 years, year and a half, something like that. It's been in these different phases of test nets and betas and things like that. Now, I've been seeing ALEO there because I've been mining on F2 pool on my Bitcoin miners for some time now, and I've been seeing this news kind of come in and out, and it's like, whatever. But the day it goes mainnet, it's suddenly very profitable with GPUs, so I start to look into it a little more. So on the same day it goes mainnet, MEXC, Gate, Coinbase, these major, ultra huge exchanges all listed at the same time. On top of that, that, its test nets and whatever have been hosted by F2 Pool, which is a major mining pool. And I had no idea on this, it wasn't on my radar, that in October of 2023, this is from Bitmain's website, Bitmain on their website saying, we plan to make the ALEO Antminer. Now, everybody goes wizark when Bitmain releases a device for a particular coin or algorithm, but basically a coin. And there's the conspiracy that Bitmain pumps the price on these to sell more miners, or people just go into the coin because, hey, this giant billion-dollar ASIC manufacturer thinks enough of this coin to spend all this money on R&D to develop the device, which means all these other companies are going to ramp up and spend R&D to make competing devices. There's going to be all this money poured into R&D. There's this giant vested interest behind this coin. There must be something to it. I think I'll buy it. Other people buy it, price go up. You buy it, price go up, you get rich. Again, for me personally, this is a mass psychology question, not a fundamental question. And note, I haven't said a damn thing about ALEO or what it does, and I don't care. I will say the one thing I do like about the project is they do mention privacy quite a bit in their on their webpage, and I didn't even open the white paper, but I'm sure it's in there somewhere. I saw the word snark in there, which is probably has something to do with privacy. I do like that part because I am a fan of Monero. That's probably my number one, my baby doll, my baby girl, because I like the idea of privacy. It's the one thing, the one original principle of cryptocurrency that, you know, I'd really like to hold on to. Not because I'm doing anything illicit, but more of the principled aspect, and also because there will always be, in my opinion, bad actors, bad hombres out there that need a clandestine way to transfer funds, whether or not the CIA invented it so they could, you know, on the back end track those funds. I don't know. I'm not making that allegation, but I think for that reason, there will always be a need for these privacy coins that are 100% private, quote unquote. So I do like that aspect of it, although it is suspect that it's a privacy coin or has all these privacy features in it, yet it's being listed by these massive exchanges that are US based, heavily KYC'd, heavily monitored. In the testnet, the original miners had to get KYC just to mine ALEO. Little kind of sort of little odd juxtaposition going on there. Anyway, a lot of the comments I've been seeing on ALEO, on Twitter, on everywhere else, is that people don't like it. It's scammy, it's shady, it's Chinese owned. They're you know, sort of, you know, stealing, or I don't know what the allegation really is, but I don't care about any of that because the hype is real. Big players are sticking their finger in the ALEO pie, and I want to get some of that pie. So I'm going to get in on it, me personally. Not financial advice. Again, don't take advice from me. I'm the last person you want to take advice from. But I think for all those reasons and more, I'm going to get in on ALEO because it's probably worth a few $100s, a few $1,000s to jump in on it on the chance that it does pay off. On the Bitmain, on the Antminer news alone, because the price just dumped 50% after it went live. I can only imagine that was, you know, people hanging on to it, and it probably will go lower. It'll probably go down to a cent, a penny. Doesn't matter. Went on Coinbase, Bitmain's behind it, all these other big exchanges. You know, if I lose my ass on it, then I've lost my ass on a lot more sure bets in my short time in this space than something like this. So I think it's worth a shot. I don't know about you. I'm hoping I tickled you enough. I'm hoping I grated on you enough to leave a comment in the comments below for the engagement, of course. Let me know specifically if you really care about the fundamentals or the so-called principles that are supposed to be important to everybody in this space, that all the YouTubers are supposed to stand up on their soapbox and spout platitudes for all the principles, the decentralization. You know, when you look on CoinMarketCap, a lot of the really successful coins are centralized in one way or another, through one lens or another, have a lot of centralization to them. And so, again, if my goal is money and projects that succeed are centralized, then why wouldn't I go for a centralized project? Again, my opinion only. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to like the video either way. If you liked it or disliked it, press like on it, obviously, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TheTechnicals. See you next time.